The Owl House has returned. Thanks to them. Thanks to them indeed. So, I'll say at the top, I did watch this episode live. This is the first time I have watched TV live since the finale of Steven Universe. No, maybe the movie. Maybe I saw the movie live. So this is the first time I've seen... Like, I did not watch Steven Universe Future live. I didn't watch Star vs. the Forces of Evil live. At least, I don't think I did. God, I kind of don't remember. No, I didn't have... What am I saying? I didn't have Disney XD. Of course I didn't. So yeah, this is the first time I've watched a TV show live in a long time. That does not mean I switched back to cable, mind you. I am still all aboard the anti-cable train. I just happen to know people who have cable still. Alright? I just so happen to know people who still have cable. Parents. And so I was like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna come over and steal your cable and watch the Owl House. But no, I did sit down and I watched cable. And I got to watch it live. And I'm glad I did, because I opened Twitter right afterwards, and the first thing on my dashboard was a massive spoiler. I say dashboard like it's Tumblr. First thing. So I'm glad. Again, the fandom of this show cannot keep the show's secrets, and they 100% reiterated that today. So the episode itself was really good. Yeah, guess what? Right, one of the Owl House finales is really good. The show I said was better than Gravity Falls is still really good. Shocker. No, this episode's great. We pick off right where we left off. They're all in the human world now. We spend some time with them. Right, and we spend some time with them as they're recovering. Luz feels terrible. She blames herself. Hunter feels horrible, and he blames himself. They agree not to talk about it. We get a montage of them trying to fix the door. Nothing's working. Basically, the entire first 6 minutes of this episode could have been eight episodes of a third season. Right? It could have been so much more. God, what a fucking shame. At least they're getting an ending. You know, at least they're getting an ending. We're not always so lucky. I'm a Symbionic Titan fan, so trust me, we're not always so lucky. That opening montage could have been an entire season. We'll never get that. We'll only get that in fan fiction and comics. I see those comics on Twitter all the time. I know it's Mark something who does these Owl House fan comics. And they're, honestly, they're the closest we'll ever get to something like a full third season. But they're very well done. I love his art style. He greatly gets the show. Great stuff. Once we get past that, the opening montage, the actual episode fully starts with them finding out about a map. There's a map that leads them to something special. And while they want to look into it, they don't want to worry Luz, right? Because what if this is just another dead end? This will make her feel even worse. So instead, they're going to go look at it in secret. And that's their plan. Because Luz, meanwhile, is dealing in school stuff. So that brings them all into town. And they learn about human stuff. They go see giraffes. They get kicked out of a magic store. All sorts of fun little things. You know how it is. Seeing them go in the town, that's fun. I want to see them interact with human stuff. Luz, meanwhile, is dealing with, all of her guilt. This is all her fault. All of her friends are trapped here because of her. Philip met the Collector because of her. It's all her fault. She feels terrible. There's a great scene where she talks to her mother. And it's just about her struggles, that why isn't her mom angry at her? She has all the right to be. And it's just a fantastic scene. I love everything they do with Camilla in this episode is fantastic. Even the little, so part of the opening montage is Luz coming out as bi to her mother. Great moment. I love all the flags, the montage. It's really cute and really wholesome. But then in the background of the episode, you see Camilla reading books about being an LGBTQ parent, and how to about bisexuality and whatnot. That's so great. And then she stepped up and is caring for all 6 of these kids. And they even talk about, they talk about it, that, oh, she didn't sign up for this, but she's still gonna do it because it's the right thing. They did Camilla so well. God, I love it so much. Supportive parents. Give me a second. What the fuck is this making me cry? Why the... Okay. Collect myself. Everything with Camilla is fantastic in this episode. You go into... all the characters in town, they eventually go to the museum where we meet the fortune teller from the one where V and Mirror Luz are working through the trying to find out what's going on, trying to get V some magic. There was a fortune teller, and okay, so in the days leading up to this episode, I saw somebody make a joke on Twitter that was like, which one of these 3 characters, and it's that 3 group, the fortune teller and the 2 friends, which one of these characters is going to be revealed to be non-binary? Place your guesses now. And sure enough, they come out as the museum, in charge of the museum, and their nails are black, white, purple, and yellow, non-binary. Sure enough, the end credits shows V and them together. Again, I have no idea what their name is, but it shows V and them together, and that's really cute. And when V meets them, V blushes, and from them they learn that it's actually like a puzzle, and it's leading towards Titan's blood, and there's like a map on it, and they place the map on the town so they know where it's leading. The scrapbook. There's a scrapbook here. That's it. That scrapbook could have been an entire 8 episodes. God, the ice cream sundae date. We could have gotten that. We could have gotten an ice cream sundae date. Because one of the big things was, Luz said last season that once they're okay, she's going to take Amity out on a proper date. And that happened, presumably. We just didn't get to see it. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, there's a whole... So they find out about that. They place it to the town, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do it at the holiday, the Harvest Festival." Basically, there's a Halloween Harvest Festival, and they're gonna show, they're gonna check out the map. They're gonna do a scavenger hunt reveal thing, and then after at the end of the scavenger hunt, well, hey, maybe they'll have found Titan's blood, because that's what the thing is leading towards, Titan's blood. So that's what's going on with them. Hunter, meanwhile, swears he sees Bellows. So him and Luz go looking in the old house, and they don't find anything. But Hunter gets infected because he got a cut earlier on a sewing machine, which I love his little sewing machine. I love the wolves. I love that he mentions Darius, because Darius was the closest thing he had to a real dad. So that's all good. That's all good. I love the wolf shirt. I love... Oh my... Okay, another thing about Camilla. Her nightmare. Where, she talks about, oh, it's... in the nightmare, one of the parents is like, oh, it smells like wolves in here. Or something like that. She's like, wolves are actually great parents. Fantastic. The nightmare is fantastic. Because, she's trying to support her daughter. But being a parent's hard. But she's trying her best. Because she really does care about her. They announced the Halloween Fest thing. Again, I might be doing some of this out of order. But Amity says, let's go to the Halloween Fest together. And I knew exactly what they were going to go as costumes as. And when you actually see them... Azura and Hecate, they look so good. I especially love Amity as Hecate. God, she looks so good in that outfit. So yeah, the whole, you know, Halloween's just fun. Halloween's fun. It's a great setting, especially for a show like this. It all works out right. It looks great. And I love how they all have the different costumes. And then there's, right, like Amity and a Luz match, Gus and Hunter match. But then you have Willow, who's the sore thumb, and her just cute little bat costume. Now, okay, so with Gus and Hunter, they get big into Star Trek because they find a bunch of Star Trek stuff in the basement. It's not called Star Trek, I don't remember what it's called, but it's Star Trek, right? And then you find out, the mom finds out, Camilla, and she's super embarrassed by it. And I fucking love that. I love that, yeah. She was just, right, in the same way Luz is into her, what is basically Harry Potter, right? She was into Star Trek. That was her thing back in the day, right? And again, she's trying to relate to her daughter, but she's kind of embarrassed by it, you know? So that was so good. And, like, even in the closet, you find out that, Luz's dad, whose name I'm forgetting, it was all, right, there's a box labeled his cosplay stuff. So he was also a fan. So that's really good as well. That's another great detail. So at the harvest, we get the story of the two witch hunters of Gravesfield, and we learn that, right, Caleb fell in love with Evelyn? I think it's Evelyn. Because it's Evelyn, Gwendolyn, and Edelyn. So yeah, I think it's Evelyn. And right, Evelyn either Flapjack was either Evelyn's familiar, or she made it for Caleb. Because you see Flapjack in this reenactment, but it horrifies Hunter. And right, everyone else is like, wait, what's going... Right, they notice something's up. So Hunter spills the beans to Luz that there's a map and they should just go investigate. But he's also being infected by Bellows, and you see the blue eyes, that something's clearly up there. Oh, look, there's an Amity. They go and investigate, and Hunter's meanwhile is being infected. Flapjack can tell something's up, but they eventually arrive at this old sunken graveyard. Hunter gets fully possessed, his design completely changes. He goes to kill Luz, gets the Titan blood instead. Everyone else shows up, we get a fight scene. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The fight scenes in this show are immaculate. Some of the best TV animation I have ever seen. It's so fluid, it's so well done, and this one is fantastic. With all of them fighting Hunter. Oh, something I forgot. Something I just forgot. So right, Luz hasn't had magic. But then one day on her note, right, she's been drawing the symbols on her notebook. And then all of a sudden, she gets a little burnt. So she realizes that magic's, right, the closer you get to the Titan's blood, the more magic you have. So to find the magic, because she loses Hunter. So to find Hunter, she, starts creating these, like, little ball uses the light spell. And it just creates these little tiny balls. Just her little bit of hope. But it leads the way, and she eventually finds him. Great visual metaphor, really well done. They're more or less getting their ass kicked. But Hunter takes control, or Bellows goes to kill Flapjack. Hunter's able to take control, goes to get rid of the Titan's blood. Bellows jumps in. Camilla jumps, because Camilla showed up at some point. And then Camilla jumps in to save Hunter. She does, but Bellows gets, right, he was able to get the Titan's blood. He gets out of Hunter, effectively killing him. More or less, you know. Luz, right, it's also during this that they learn that Luz, right, helped Philip meet the Collector. They learn that Hunter's a Grimwalker, even though they don't know what that is. They just know he is. So Bellows creates a new portal right there in the graveyard. How does that... Maybe it's just easier to create a portal in the human realm. Because, right, the door took so much effort. But he's just able to use this little vial of Titan's blood. And boom, brand new door. I mean, it doesn't last forever, obviously. The door was a more permanent solution. But yeah, creates this gateway, and Bellows is able to escape back through. And now comes the part of our story that gets a little bit sad. Hunter is dying. More or less. And so Flapjack sacrifices himself to save Hunter. It comes at the cost of Flapjack. And afterwards, right, it's like, don't tell me, I already know. Hunter's scar on his face, he gets a new one. But his eyes also change color from like a reddish to a brown. Which, is he human now? Right now he's got a normal human eye color. Is he human now? Oh yeah, I remember why Camilla shows up. Okay, I was going to talk about this right now, but I'll talk about it. Yeah. Okay, that's what brings her here. So Camilla shows up because she finds Luz's computer. And on it, Luz had recorded a video message that's saying that she's going to decide to stay in the human world. If this all works out, nope, she's going to stay in the human world. Guaranteed, right? Because she being in the demon world has only made things worse. So the only way she can do better is to stay in there. And Camilla comes after her. Right? To stop her from doing that. Because she realizes the truth. Because she does care about her daughter. The one thing from the computer that I did notice. So in the episode with the fighting tournament, where Luz and Amity talk about right, losing her dad. She says that it happened a really long time ago. She was pretty young, but she was old enough to have, right, she's much older than I'd think, right? She says it happened when she was pretty young. No, she was much older than she was letting on. She wasn't, I don't think she was a teenager yet. But yeah, she has this computer, she's been making this video diary. She's clearly older than she was originally letting on. For sure, without a doubt. So that was something that surprised me. But it makes sense. But yeah, you see through her video diary as she loses her, right? She loses her father. But one of the last things he did was give her the book. So now she's got the Azura, and she just loves it, right? Again, I know it's one of those things where I'm like, right, like I talked earlier about fuck J.K. Rowling, right? She fully admitted that she feels no remorse for her actions, and seeing her checks for how much money she makes each month from royalties, right? It helps with that feeling. And it's all the proof I need to be like, fuck J.K. Rowling, fuck Harry Potter, don't financially support her. But then, right, I think of stuff like this, and it's like, no, things like these they're there when you need them the most. They do help people out. It's why I struggle so much right now to get rid of Achievement Hunter. Yeah, they've done tons of terrible things. But they were there when I needed them. And it's hard to get rid of it. It's something I'm thinking about, you know? And then before Luz can tell everyone that she doesn't want to go through the door, Camilla interrupts her and is like, if you're going, I'm not letting you go without me. So they each, one by one, go through the door, and that's where the episode ends. We don't even know what happens. We're gonna have to wait until next year to find out if Rain is dead. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Again, sticking with the comics, I really hope they got married. Because that's one of the things that happens in the comic. that they did in the comics, which was funny. But yeah, we don't even know. Don't even know. I just want them to all work out. God. This was a great episode. God, who knows when it's coming to Disney Plus? Who knows when I'll actually be able to watch it again? I definitely do. I definitely do. I have, honestly, if I ever need like a show to put on in the background, for the past like not 6 months, but you know, since June, it's been the Owl House. If I need a show to put on in the background, I just put on the Owl House. I can't even tell you the last time I watched a Joseph Anderson video. Right? That used to be my go-to. I loved it. I think it was a great episode. I can't wait for more. But we've got a while to wait. And now there are 2. I hope it all wraps up well. Any predictions for the end? Nope, I've got nothing. You know what? I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. Because I get Rewatching my reviews for season 1 and 2, which I've been putting out on YouTube this week, I realize how much I get wrong. Like, the one that killed me is fucking calling Hunter the Golden Boy. Like, I know Darius calls him the Golden Boy, but I call Hunter the Golden Boy like 20 times when it should have been Golden Guard. I don't know. It was really funny. At least I thought it was funny. God, I get so much shit wrong. I got so much shit wrong tonight, I'm sure of it. Who knows where it's going to end? Who knows what's going to be with the Collector? Is the door going to stay? Are the two worlds going to be connected? Because, again, King's Blood. Or are they... Right, is Lou's going to have to say goodbye and never return? Do they go the route of Amphibia, or do they go the route of Star versus the Forces of Evil? It's the flip of a coin, so let's flip a coin. I have no idea where that went. I'm not gonna make any more big statements. I'm gonna wait to see how it ends before I make any more big statements. But so far, it's looking very good. The future is bright.